NBA Domination begins. Logan unlocks full-level Aomine Daiki skills. Like, share and subscribe. Episode 81. Get out of Los Angeles. Dwight of the Staples Center. The fans at the scene frantically attacked Howard. Especially today, the Lakers beat the Hawks by a big score, and Howard still had a mediocre performance in this game. Don't spray him at this time. When will you stay, Dwight? In the midst of the booing, the reporters on the scene had just opened their mouths, and Howard in front of him directly interrupted the reporter's speech. I don't have anything to say. With this sentence aside, Howard ended the interview and turned around and walked into the player aisle. What else is there to say? The game was also lost. The process is also embarrassing. He was also left by Logan to cover the famous scene 3 times in a row. Howard could think of any bullshit question a reporter was asking. No comment is the best answer. After finishing the interview with the Eagles, reporters flocked to the Lakers bench. The fans at the scene are also very good at coming directly from the state of booing Howard. It turned into a frenetic cheering mode. The reason is simple. After beating the Atlanta Hawks, the Los Angeles Lakers' record this season has come to 15 wins and 0 losses. They won 15 straight starts with the tournament. The longest winning streak in team history continues under Logan's leadership. This season's Lakers surpassed the best record of 14 wins and 1 loss in the first 15 games created by Kobe Bryant plus inside 3 high Lakers in the 08-09 season. Now in front of this young Laker, only the 16-02 opening record of the OK combination in 2001-2002. If they can continue to win the next 2 matches, even the record set by the OK combination will be lost. I know exactly what this game is about. It's not just a story with Dwight Howard. Luke Walton, who was interviewed by the media, also understood. We have created the best record in the first 15 games of the team's history. The team is in excellent form right now, and we are absolutely confident that we will continue to win. Sorry, Kobe, it's Logan's time. As a former Kobe Bryant's teammate, Walton Jr. joked to the camera, the 2 records you keep will be surpassed by Logan. It seems to have seen the post-match interview for this match. Later, Kobe Bryant also retweeted the ESPN video on his Twitter and tweeted, "Go ahead, Logan." Hashtag. In Kobe's view, recording this thing is not waiting to be broken. If many years later, the best starting record in the history of the Lakers is still maintained by himself and the Fat Man, that means that after all these years, the Purple and Gold Army has not been able to find the next player who can carry the girder. This is not a good thing. Now, Logan's appearance, though leaving Kobe's record unsafe, but it also shows that the Lakers have found a new flag. Kobe Bryant is glad it's too late. It is worth mentioning that not long after Kobe's tweet was sent, he was a bit on Twitter. His is not anyone else. It was the other member of the OK group in the 01-02 season, Shaquille O'Neal. Hey, Kobe, my buddy, are you going to see Logan? Go to see Logan over our record? At Kobe Bryant, the Lakers' next game will go to the away game to challenge the Denver Nuggets. After the end of the Highlands battle, the Lakers are going to return to the home court to meet the opponent of the 17th game, the Milwaukee Bucks. If it goes well, the Lakers vs Bucks game may be the Lakers game that surpasses the 16-1 start of the 01-02 season. TNT will broadcast the game live across the United States, so O'Neal invited Kobe Bryant as a guest commentator for that game. Talk to O'Neal in the commentary table and form an OK combination commentary lineup. To be honest, this gimmick is even more likely to make history than the Lakers and attract the attention of fans. The OK group has since lifted the FMVP trophy together at the Phoenix All-Star Game. There are very few images of fighting together. This time, on the night the Lakers set a record, the OK combination reappeared on the commentary table. It's a bit of a heritage flavor. Originally, Kobe did not want to have any response to this topic, but Gigi kept mentioning it in front of him. The Black Mamba, who was originally 5'5" in his heart, was persuaded by his daughter to decisively send out today's second tweet. Shaq, if Logan could come back to Los Angeles from Denver Highlands with a victory, I'd go live and watch their 17th game. At Shaquille O'Neal, want Kobe Bryant to be TNT commentator? No problem. The Lakers have to continue to maintain the winning streak and have the opportunity to make history, and Kobe Bryant will go. Have to say, in the area of force/grid, Kobe Bryant is still very well handled. The news that OK Group has the opportunity to reappear on the commentary table instantly detonates the whole network. I now hope the Denver Nuggets get blown up. Don't win the Denver Nuggets. I'm going to watch OK explain the Lakers game. I'm going to watch OK explain Logan's game together. Come on Logan, conquer the Denver Highlands. Amid the fanatical clamor from the fans network, the Los Angeles Lakers flew to the Denver Highlands. The Pepsi Center, home of the Denver Nuggets, is actually unremarkable. The key is altitude sickness, which will make the players who come here for the first time very uncomfortable. In the eyes of many fans, Denver Highlands is simply a natural rookie graveyard. I don't know how many players who came to the plateau for the first time, directly unwell, and their state plummeted. Logan is such a rookie who is visiting the Denver Highlands for the first time. If it was at Staples, I think the Lakers would have won very easily. Yes, after all, the Denver Nuggets this season are not a strong team. But in the Denver plateau, can Logan adapt to altitude sickness quickly? That's a problem. I just hope that Logan's performance today doesn't contrast too much with before, but I'm looking forward to the OK combination coming back on the commentary. Pepsi Center, Denver. The commentators on the scene began to warm up for the game. Why don't they want Logan to remain in the same state and let the OK combination reappear? But altitude sickness, it's really not a joke. However, as the game began, the two commentators found that their concerns were completely superfluous. In the jump round, Nance Jr. defeated Nurkic. Russell held the ball halfway through the game and first passed the ball to Logan. People are worried about being affected by altitude sickness, and their state is not as good as Logan, just like no one else. The moment he held the ball, he disappeared from the face of Wilson Chandler, who was defending himself. Super speed dribbling does whatever you want on the Denver Highlands. The Nuggets' halftime is like Logan's back garden. Scoring points for him is like chopping melons and cutting vegetables. At halftime, the Lakers led the Nuggets by 22 points under Logan. Altitude sickness doesn't seem to have any effect on Logan. Not only is it no impact, Logan's speed is even faster than the previous game. It seems that we think too much. Altitude sickness will only affect ordinary players, and it will not affect a superstar of Logan's level. We can start to look forward to it. Looking forward to Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal explaining Logan's game together. Episode 82. In the end, Denver Plateau failed to resist Logan's ferocious attack. The Los Angeles Lakers beat the Denver Nuggets away to win their 16th game so far. The record of 16 consecutive wins in the opening game is still the longest consecutive win in the history of the Lakers. And only the last win is the best record in the first 17 games of 16 wins and 1 loss. The opportunity is in front of Logan. At the end of the game, the commentator on the sidelines said, "The young Lakers are only one last step away from creating a new history in team history." And, in Staples, in front of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, Logan will have the opportunity to make a leap over the OK combination. Now, the world is already looking forward to the 17th game of the Los Angeles Lakers season. OK Combine Reconnect. The best start in team history is just around the corner. And, Greek monster Giannis Antetokounmpo versus Celestial monster Logan. The next game for the Los Angeles Lakers is not necessarily Logan's one-man show. On the evening ESPN show, Max Kellerman analyzed, Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo has also ushered in a breakout this season. Like Max Kellerman said, this season, Tyancharan sent the nickname of Alphabet Brother Giannis Antetokounmpo, which can be said to have been promoted plus improved in all aspects. Alphabet Brother, who averaged 16.9 points per game last season, has improved to 23.5 points per game so far this season and has 8.8 rebounds and 5.4 assists. On the defensive end, it averaged 1.6 steals plus 1.9 blocks per game. Regardless of attack or defense, Alphabet Brother has shown his exaggerated talent. The name of the Greek monster is by no means just a matter of words. I don't think so. Stephen A. Smith shook his fingers. Listen, Max, no matter what kind of monster player, there is no Logan monster. Do you know what I mean? Although compared to his own in previous seasons, his physical strength plus offensive ability, and even bug attributes have been changed dramatically. But even the Greek monsters that have been fully strengthened now, in front of the rookie Logan, are still not worth mentioning. Stephen A. Smith meant it anyway. Logan's next game is destined to be his one-man show. Giannis Antetokounmpo? Wait to be educated by Logan. The whole network is looking forward to OK to explain Logan's making history at the same time. On November 28, the NBA officially announced the East-West Weekly Player of the Week last week. Coincidentally, the winners of the East-West Weekly Player were the two monster players they would meet at Staples next. Eastern Conference Week of the Year, belonging to the core Milwaukee Bucks player, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Last week, Alphabet Brother averaged 25 plus 10 plus 5 per game, scoring rebounds and assists in 3 categories, which looked unremarkable. But the horror is the performance of the Alphabet Brother on the defensive end. He averaged 3.7 steals per game, plus 3.0 blocks per game. Players who can contribute an average of 25, plus 10, plus 5, plus 4, plus 3 per game in a single week are also rare in the history of the NBA. The transformation of the Alphabet Brother is obvious to the whole world. The name of the Greek monster is by no means a vain name. Of course, if you want to rebound in doubles, then it is indeed a bit difficult to achieve the average data of the Alphabet Brother in a single week. If the rebounding requirements are lowered and the scoring requirements are raised, this week's Western Conference Player of the Week will easily achieve the goal. The Western Conference this week's Player of the Week is still the Los Angeles Lakers young guard Logan. Last week, the Lakers under Logan's leadership were skilled in a single week unbeaten, with a record of 3 wins and 0 losses. So far this season, 16 wins and 0 losses are at the top of the league table. Logan averaged 45 points, 6.3 rebounds, 7.4 assists, and 4 blocks plus 4 steals per game in a single week. With an average of 45 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4 players per game, Logan is also the first player in NBA history. If Brother Alphabet is a Greek monster, then Logan definitely deserves one, the title of Heavenly Dynasty Monster. At the same time, it was also the 5th time in Logan's career that he was named the NBA Player of the Week. 5th time in a row. It also allowed him to break the record he had held last week for being named Player of the Week for 4 consecutive weeks, and surpassing Dayo to become the most times the Heavenly Dynasty player in NBA history who has won the best number of times of the week. It is worth mentioning that Dayo won the best of the week 4 times, which exhausted his entire career. And Logan's career has only just begun. Logan's name has undoubtedly once again occupied the top 1 position on Twitter's hot search list. On YouTube, the NBA's official single-week performance collection of Logan also successfully occupied the first place in the broadcast list. Take advantage of Logan's momentum, Nike tweeted, releasing a trailer short. At the beginning of the short film, there is a Wolverine scratch on the screen, tearing out an X shape. X-Plan officially announced. The arrival of Logan's first signature boots PX1 generation has entered the countdown stage. In Kevin Durant plus Stephen Curry combined to score 50 points to win, Westbrook scored another 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 13 assists for a triple-double. Anthony Davis skillfully scored 36 points and 13 rebounds after an empty chop loss. November 29, United States time. The eyes of the world are focused on Los Angeles, on the Staples Center. For fans around the world, especially the Los Angeles Lakers, today's game must not be missed. Staples Center, live TNT commentary on Kenny Smith's mouth fast. The first reason is because we invited Kobe Bryant on the sidelines of today's game as a special guest commentator of TNT. Broadcast camera focus. Kobe, dressed in a suit and wearing headphones, appeared in front of people with a smile. The second reason is that we recreated the OK combination of the 3 consecutive championships of the year on the sidelines, which may be the most invincible double group in the hearts of countless Lakers fans. Bryant's side, Big Shark O'Neal, is whispering something to Kobe. The OK Group contract box commentary made Staples cheer continuously. Of course, Kenny Smith is on Kobe's left and Shaquille O'Neal is on Kobe's right. Who is in the C position? Glance. The third reason. Kenny Smith pulls the camera back to himself. The new leader of the Los Angeles Lakers, Logan from the Celestial Dynasty, is going to face the Milwaukee Bucks at home. The showdown between the Celestial Monsters and the Greek Monsters is worth looking forward to. Logan versus Alphabet Brother. In the parlance of 2K players, the showdown between the two is numerical monster vs modeling monster. Last reason. This time, it was the Sharks' turn to speak. Logan will surpass the 16-1 record I set with Kobe today. Create the best starting record in the history of the Los Angeles Lakers, 17 wins and 0 losses. Episode 83. The Los Angeles Lakers' best record in the first 17 games of history, 16 wins and 1 loss. The Lakers' record so far this season, 16 wins and 0 losses. Beyond the legend, only the distance of the final battle. The team's goal is to win today's game. Lakers coach Luke Wharton, who was interviewed before the game, said directly, 17 wins and 0 losses? Why not? The Lakers, who used to have 16-1 losses, have Shaquille O'Neal, have Kobe Bryant. Now we have Logan. As long as Logan is there, the team has the potential to create everything possible. Walton Jr. had absolute trust in Logan. This wave wins, defends the home stadium and makes history. Absolutely no problem. The pre-match warm-up between the two sides ended quickly, with 2 team starters standing on the pitch. The Lakers' starting starts are still the same as the old 5. For Russell and Randall, 2 players who have been teammates with themselves. Their performance this season, Kobe Bryant, sitting on the commentary table, also commented a little. Of course, the core of the Lakers is still Logan. Briefly praising Russell and Randall's progress, Kobe said, D'Angelo and Julius have done a good job of being a second and third boss. But if Logan, the boss of the team, can't carry the team, even if D'Angelo and Julius improve greatly, the Lakers can't have today's results. Put it simply, Russell and Londo, that is, the icing on the cake. The person who really made the Lakers among the top teams this season was Logan. The Milwaukee Bucks starter is Matthew Dellavedova, plus Tony Snell, plus Jabari Parker, plus John Hanson and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Players from both sides came on in succession, with the center forwards of both teams standing on the halfway line. The referee threw the ball high. No superfluous nonsense. Nance Jr. beat his opponent directly and took the lead in throwing the ball into Russell's hands. The Los Angeles Lakers dominate the offensive ball of the opening first attack. Russell pushed through the half. Don't ask, just pass the ball to Logan. Boo. As soon as Logan held the ball, the Lakers fans on the scene had already begun to cheer. They have already agreed in their hearts that Logan is the new king of Los Angeles. In the cheers of the fans, Logan dribbled off the defender at a super high speed and took a big stride into the box. Inside, John Hanson stood under the basket with his hands held high, apparently not wanting Logan to score easily. But fortunately, Logan, who took off in the air, did not harden, pulled the lever with both hands, dodging Hanson's long arm, ready to put the ball into the basket. Boo. Just when Logan's basketball was about to strike, behind him, a huge body flew over. It's Giannis. Giannis came from behind to assist the defense, ready to chase Logan. This ball is dangerous. This ball is dangerous. The shark in the narrator's seat was still holding the ball at a fast speed in Corrigan, and the lever was floating in the air. Before the words were finished, Brother Alphabet had already come out from the rear, and he was about to nail the big hat Rogan. The Lakers fans, who were still cheering at the scene, suffocated in an instant. Time seems to stand still at this moment. Whoosh! On the court, Rogan, who was supposed to play basketball, unexpectedly grabbed the ball with one hand. Extreme stasis. Logan changed hands and threw high throws at the extreme moment when he was about to fall to the ground. When the Alphabet Brother reached its highest point, Logan was staggered by the limit of the staggered space. When the basketball flew in front of the Alphabet Brother, Giannis Antetokounmpo was also falling in time. Basketball dodges the defense perfectly, with high curvature running through the net. WW. The next moment, the Staples Center, which was silent for about 0.01 seconds, roared in an instant. Nearly 20,000 fans boiled over. They did not expect that the offensive and defensive cores of the two teams would play a face in the first round. Logan shrugged off the defender and faced John Hansen to pull a lever to the basket. Alphabet Brother Giannis Antetokounmpo yellow bird in the back. Nail plate big hat is bound to win. In the end, it was Logan who was more skilled. Make full use of your ability to stay in the air, change hands after pulling the lever, extreme throw, and win 2 points. Wonderful. It's so exciting. Kenny Smith was thrilled. Shaq, to be honest, this goal has shown a very high standard on both the offensive side and the defensive side. Yes, if the ball had been on the basket by the Charles guy, it would have definitely been blocked by Giannis. The shark also laughed, but fortunately, the guy flying in the air is not a pig, but Logan. Kobe, what do you think of this ball? Laughing at a wave of flying pigs Buckley, the shark looked at the flying man next to him. Logan, this ball. Did you see your own shadow? Seriously, I didn't see my own shadow in Logan. Bryant dismissed the shark's argument. Because I shot after the first lever. Once upon a time, someone compared the biggest gap between Kobe and Jordan in terms of physical hardware. The visible gap between the palms of that pair of hands is one of the key factors that determine the difficulty of the air movements of the two people. Without such a pair of huge palms, Logan would never have been able to grasp the ball with one hand in the air and make such a random move. At this point, Kobe has an absolute say. How did Rogan's last aerial change of hands work? It was by a huge and powerful palm. Kobe's palm is absolutely powerful, but big? It's not that big. So, seeing his own shadow in Logan? This kind of statement, Kobe Bryant absolutely does not agree. Sharks also quickly realized this, too. In a way, Rogan's static talent is also the top existence in NBA history. Offense and defense switch, Bucks offense. Alphabet Brother and Dellavedova skillfully reached a blocking and dismantling match, then went down the penalty area, received a pass from his teammate, and slammed the torture frame. Recovered 2 points for the team. In the next round, the Lakers attacked. It was still Logan who took the initiative to ask for the ball on the flank, and once again faced Sneal's defense, ignoring the defender, and an acceleration into the box. This time, the Alphabet Brother did not lie behind him, but simply attacked head-on, opened his arms, and was ready to seal Rogan. Boo! Facing Giannis Antetokounmpo, Logan had no intention of slowing down, taking a step inside the free throw line and taking off in an instant. Good to be here. Brother Alphabet roared angrily and jumped high. He was really worried that Logan wouldn't dare to go up. Now that he's here, there's no need to give him face. Boom. However, the letter Brother, who was full of confidence and wanted to give Logan a positive face hat, his pupils gradually dilated. In front of him, Logan took off one step at a time, and the height of the air directly crushed himself. Under the third-party perspective of the fans in the audience, this high sense of crushing is even stronger. Logan almost recreates the famous scene of Kobe Bryant writing Dwight Howard's goal. Crush the posture and ride the Greek monster on the front. Episode 84. America, Los Angeles, Staples Center. The Lakers fans on the scene are crazy. Logan frontal buckle, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And just like Kobe Bryant rode Howard in Orlando, domineering. Not just the fans on the scene. Even the director of the Staples scene was very messy and put the famous scene of Kobe riding Howard on the big screen above the stadium. And yes, replay a wave of Kobe riding buckle Howard, and then play back Logan riding buckle letter Brother. The same as the Lakers' super point guard, riding the buckle physical fitness, comparable to the monster of the opposing defensive player. This scene is a classic reproduction, and the fans who watched it were full of blood. This ball should have seen your shadow, buddy. Shaquille O'Neal naturally did not miss this opportunity. Kobe, seriously, I am now beginning to doubt my original judgment. If you let Logan and you at the peak of the 1v1, who loses and who wins, really don't have to be. Earlier, T&T Symposium. The topic of Jordan versus Rogan, Kobe Bryant versus Rogan, Wade versus Rogan, has attracted heated discussion on the whole network. O'Neal's judgment at the time was, Jordan can beat Rogan, Kobe and Logan are 64 open. In the end, Kobe wins. Wade is likely to be defeated by Logan. At that point, O'Neal felt that there was absolutely nothing wrong with his judgment. Even after Wade was blown up by Logan, the Shark felt that he was right. Today, however, when he saw Logan the gods once again, O'Neal doubted his own judgment a little. The 1v1 of the peak Kobe Bryant and Logan may not be Kobe Bryant 6, Logan 4. These two people may not be 55 Kai, or even Logan is 6, Kobe is the 4. One thing to say, I was at my peak, Michael can't come. Of course, Bryant agreed with seeing his shadow on the ball, but disagreed with the latter sentence. 1v1 words, no one can beat me. The OK group chatted on the sidelines, and on the court, the Bucks offense was also troubled. Although the current alphabet brother already has the title of Greek monster, and often has amazing stadium performances, worthy of his monster name. But a huge problem has been accompanying Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his almost unbeatable long-range shooting ability. The Lakers' defensive end is obviously deliberately shrinking the inner line, which is to prevent the alphabet brother from breaking through. He projects unreliable shortcomings that are ruthlessly amplified. If it weren't for Jabari Parker coming forward today, the Bucks might not have been able to hold up in the first half of the first quarter. The exact opposite of the Bucks. The Lakers are a fresh move on the defensive end, shrinking the interior space. This move was not Walton Jr.'s method, but Logan's direct instructions on the court. The Bucks don't even look like a future four-letter shooter. Chris Middleton is out injured today. Parker is not the type of projection. John Hanson has no 3 points at all, and is crisper than brother Alphabet. Tony Snell's exterior is even more skywatching. Except for one Matthew Dellavedova, the Bucks lineup, no one has given the alphabet brother space. Against this Bucks lineup, one move is enough to eat all over the sky. Offensive end. The Lakers still implement a tactic, give the ball to Logan. This is Walton Jr.'s tactical command. Once he gives the ball to Logan, he'll take care of everything himself. The Bucks are also trying to shrink interior space on the defensive end to counter Logan's powerful breakout ability. As the coach of the Bucks, Jason Kidd has a very bright brain. The Lakers used this move to limit the alphabet brother and limit the Bucks' offensive launch point. I can't learn to use it now and use it in the other way? But unfortunately, Logan is not a brother of letters. His name is simpler than alphabet brother, and his projection ability is much more reliable than alphabet brother. Under the defensive strategy of the Bucks shrinking defense and letting go of the shot, Logan's amorphous shot was a big deal. Within the three-point line, in the face of all kinds of defenses, he can always throw the ball in unexpected postures. Brother Alphabet is like Howard, the monsters of the Eagles' ball, flying in front of Logan like a headless fly. It is worth mentioning that the Lakers' outside projection ability is not as wasteful as the Bucks. Russell will not mention more, the bankrupt version of Stephen Curry's nickname, or in the Heavenly Dynasty for a period of time. Although Londo has developed limbs and a simple mind, he still dares to shoot at medium and long distances, and he still dares to shoot at a long distance, and his shot is also a bit accurate. Ingram doesn't shoot three-pointers much, but he can pass. Seeing that Londo and Russell had the opportunity to vacate the seats, the changeable warbler would send the cannonball out as soon as possible. Even Nance Jr. scored a three-point run in the first quarter to help the team extend the lead to 21 points. Beep, as Nance Jr. excitedly high-fived with the assist of his own Logan, celebrating the blindfolded three-pointer. Bucks coach Kidd on the sidelines applied for a suspension for the second time in a row. Last time a timeout was filed, the team trailed by 11 points. After the timeout, the point difference widened, and even Nance Jr. scored a three-pointer. How can this be tolerated? Back on the bench, the Bucks were all up and down, their heads bowed. Especially today, the alphabet brother who wanted to do a big job was completely arranged clearly by the Lakers' targeted tactics. On the other side, the Lakers bench, Luke Walton applauded the excited players. Keep defending like this, just do what Logan says. Don't let Giannis stand out. The victory is almost in our hands. The victory of the best starting record in the history of the team with 17 wins and 0 losses is just around the corner. At the end of the timeout, Kidd couldn't find a good way to do it on the defensive end, and decisively chose to punch the offensive end. Brogdon, Terry, and Novak replaced Dellavedova, plus Snell, plus Parker. The Bucks switched to 3 three-pointers and wanted to try to chase points in the second half of the first quarter. Unfortunately, whether it's Brogdon or Terry or Novak, the performance on the defensive end is really too tight. The Bucks' offensive firepower has indeed improved a little, but the defensive end has more holes. The demolition of the east wall to make up for the west wall did not change the trend of the game. At halftime, the Los Angeles Lakers blasted 66 points at their home court, with a 24-point advantage of 66-42. Firmly control the trend of the game. I think we can celebrate in advance. At halftime, Shaquille O'Neal simply gave up analyzing the performance of the two teams in the first half. Guys, we should be able to celebrate in advance. Logan led the Lakers and created the best start in team history. Episode 85. Staples fans don't have to wait long. Even though the game is just over halfway through today, they have already begun to enter the celebration mode early. Celebrate the Lakers under Logan's leadership in advance and create the team's best start record in the first 17 games of history. In fact, their early celebration is also correct. In the second half of the game, the leading Lakers did not roll over. Logan ended the suspense as soon as he came on the third quarter. After scoring consecutive points by tearing open the opponent's defensive frame, the Milwaukee Bucks also officially lost hope of turning over. In the end, in the midst of the celebration of the Lakers fans in the early half, they beat the Bucks by 25 points at home and won their 17th game so far, 17 consecutive wins. The longest winning streak in team history continues again. A new record is born, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the game, Kenny Smith took the initiative to stand up in the commentary. Logan led his own Lakers and created a new team history. I didn't expect them to actually do it. They actually won 17 wins and 0 losses. Shaquille O'Neal was in a bit of a trance, although he was mentally prepared before the game that the Lakers would make history this year. But when all this came true, the Shark was still a bit in vain. Times have really changed. I've really become a thing of the past. Beside the Shark, Kobe, who was sitting in the middle of the commentary, did not speak, but only clapped to the cheers of the fans on the spot. Black Mamba has long been aware of the change of times. Next came the young man, or rather, the time of Logan. At the end of the game, the reporters on the scene did not even have the whole team of the Bucks who were struggling to lose. Kid figured out how to answer reporters' questions, but no reporters came to him after the game. The Alphabet brother was also confused. When he turned back to look for reporters, he found that the reporters on the scene had rushed to the direction of the Lakers bench early. In the era of traffic supremacy, what kind of stinky fish and rotten shrimp are on the side of the Bucks? Logan is the god of eternal drip. Janice, remember everything that happened today. Jason Kidd patted brother Alphabet on the back. Don't you want to be a player like Rogan? The lights are focused on the whole venue, and the real attention is everyone. A player like Rogan. I see what you mean, Coach Kidd. Brother Alphabet firmly remembered everything that was happening in front of him. Please, continue to hone me. Giannis Antetokounmpo doesn't just want to be a brilliant player like Logan. He wants to surpass Logan and become the best in history. Only effort. Jason Kidd was pleased. Although you lose today, you may not have the future. The Bucks walked the coach back to the away locker room. The eyes of all the people at the scene were all focused on Logan's body. He is the absolute protagonist today. Logan, Logan, Logan. Eyes gathered. Staples Center, long lost in unison, shouted the same player's name. After 17 games, Logan has finally conquered the demanding Los Angeles fans once and for all. This is the treatment he deserves. He should have enjoyed the shouts of the Los Angeles fans a long time ago. Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal are still explaining. The Shark also glanced at his own Kobe. As an okay combination that has played for the Lakers and even won the championship, probably better than anyone on the scene, knows how hard it is to conquer the Los Angeles fans. Being able to get the treatment of fans shouting their names in unison may be a supergiant treatment in the history of the Los Angeles Lakers. And yet, that's not all. In the middle of nowhere, the cheers that came out of nowhere were like sparks of stars, instantly ignited. MVP, MVP, MVP. In an instant, Lakers fans, who were still shouting Rogan's name, began to shout MVP in unison. Kobe, who has not been speaking, can't stand it. Logan actually made the Lakers fans shout MVP. Bryant exclaimed, Shaq. Los Angeles already belongs to Rogan. I know this, buddy, I already knew this. Shaquille O'Neal laughed. Kobe, my good brother, our story is over. But Rogan's story has just begun. Joint explanation of the OK combination. The fans at the scene are uniformly MVP calling. And Logan's post-match, lighthearted/smelly media interview. The night that allowed the Lakers to create the best opening record in team history was particularly hot. On Twitter, the hot search topic with the word Rogan, the top 5 of the hot search list, occupies 3 places. The hot search topic with the word Laker occupies the top 5 of the hot search list, and the other 2 positions. On the tubing, Rogan's 17-game winning streak, the highlights of each game, were edited in a video. The number of views of this video soared like a rocket. There is a trend of creating a record number of plays. The media of the United States are also on the homepage of their official website for the first time. In the most conspicuous way, in the most prominent position, make headlines. The record of the OK combination is broken. The new Lakers under Rogan's leadership created the best start to 17 consecutive wins. The sky is Logan's limit. The Lakers start with 17 wins and 0 losses, and they are the strongest team so far this season. Who can stop Rogan? The Lakers have won more than once, and it is only a matter of time before the Lakers win 18 consecutive games. Not only the media of the United States, but also the portals of TX Sports, X-Wave Sports, and so on, have issued news feeds. Unstoppable Lakers, Logan who is always moving forward, 17 consecutive wins to start, Lakers championship? Staples Center resounded with MVP calls. Logan became the first person in the Heavenly Dynasty. After Kobe, the only player who could conquer Staples appeared, and he was Rogan. Start with 17 consecutive wins. Rookie season to win the most valuable player in the regular season? Logan said, why not? There is no doubt that Logan is not just the wealth code of the media in the United States. It is also the wealth code of the media of the Heavenly Dynasty. Whoever can master Rogan's first-hand consulting is equivalent to having unlimited traffic. November 30th, United States time. With another 30-plus triple-double play, the NBA's November schedule is all over. December 1st, United States time. In the early hours of the morning, the NBA officially announced the best awards of the month in the 16-17 season, on time and routinely. Like what? East-West Rookie of the Month, East-West Coach of the Month, plus East-West Player of the Month. In addition, the NBA has officially released the predicted rankings of the awards for each season in the first month of the new season. For example, the Best Rookie Ranking, Team Strength Leaderboard, Regular Season Most Valuable Player, November Leaderboard, Episode 86, 2016-17 NBA Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month, gave the Milwaukee Bucks a backup point guard, Brogdon. Throughout November, Brog contributed 8.9 points and 3.3 assists on his appearance. In a limited time, it can be regarded as a great contribution to the team. In fact, at the beginning, the NBA official wanted to give the Best Rookie of the Month to Joel Embiid. Reluctantly, Embiid did not play enough games, and giving him the Best of the Month was indeed against the rules of the game. Brogdon can be named the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month, which also shows the general low quality of this year's rookies. In fact, if it weren't for Rogan's appearance, it would have been a fig leaf for 16-year rookies. The rookies of 2016, at least for now, really don't have a bright presence. Without Rogan, how much did the 16th rookie pull his crotch in his first year? In Logan's memory, the original rookie of the season in the 16-17 season was won by Brogdon. Brog contributed 10.2 points throughout the season. This is the lowest average score per game for the best rookie of the season since the 52-53 season, to the 16-17 season, and 64 seasons. The first year of the 16th rookie Dora? This can be seen, of course, with Rogan's pocket. At least Brogdon is out of touch with the best rookie of the season. Last month, Logan led the Lakers to a single month undefeated, with 14 wins and 0 losses, and without a trace of suspense, he was elected as the Rookie of the Month in the West. Although the 3 consecutive wins in October are not counted in the monthly record, but Rogan's record of 14 consecutive wins in a single month almost swept the entire league, and it was difficult to find an opponent. The NBA official simply did not list his average data last month, and a separate list of team records does not require too many reasons for the award. Not only that, the NBA official also directly stated in the comments, Logan has pre-booked all of the Western Conference Rookie of the Month trophies, and he's even locked in the title of Rookie of the Season ahead of schedule. Officials personally said Logan had locked up the season's rookie early, ending the suspense of a season award. Similarly, Logan became the first player of the day since Space Easy to be selected as the Rookie of the Month. In the Space Easy rookie season, he was only voted the Rookie of the Month once before. Not surprisingly, Logan will soon surpass Space Easy in the number of Rookie of the Month. The 16-17 season of the Eastern Conference Coach of the Month was given to Cleveland Cavaliers coach Tyronn Lue. The Perch has no feeling for the award of the Best Coach of the Month. The Cavaliers' goal is only to defend their titles. As for the Western Conference's Coach of the Month, it belongs to the Lakers' new coach, Luke Walton. Last season, the full level of the Warriors started undefeated. This season coached the full level Rogan. The start is unbeaten again. Walton Jr.'s coaching resume is much more successful than his playing career. Of course, for his 2 coaching experiences, the fans of the United States have many dissatisfactions. Some fans said, "Let me be the head coach of the Warriors last season, and I can start undefeated. Give me a Rogan, what's the starting 17-game winning streak? The championship is all for you to get back. Grandma O'Neal can coach the Warriors without losing and take Logan to the championship." This may be the fans of the United States, the dog crown. That is, a dog on the coach's bench can do it. Then came the big play. The Eastern Conference Player of the Month for November was finally won by the Cleveland Cavaliers star LeBron James. James's performance last month can only be described as paddling. The 30-year-old averaged 23.5 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 9.4 assists per game in a single month, leading the Cavaliers to 13 wins and 2 losses in a single month. So far 14 wins and 3 losses, ranking first in the East and third in the league. In terms of record, the Cavaliers do top the Eastern Conference. Statistically, How James says that it is also a monthly average of triple-doubles. Winning the Best of the Month in the East is also too much controversy. The Western side, on the other hand, is full of competitiveness. Again, there is no suspense. It is said that it is full of competitiveness because the West can compete for the Best Player of the Month, and there are indeed many of them. The first is the Cosmic Brave Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry. In terms of team records, the Warriors currently have 15 wins and 2 losses, ranking second in the West and second in the league. Durant and Curry also have excellent statistical performance per game, and the NBA officials simply put these 2 people together to nominate. Once elected, then it is Durant plus Curry who both win the Best of the West Month award. Don't look at the universe bravely. San Antonio Spurs young gang leader, Kawhi Leonard, also deserves a nomination. The Spurs are currently 15-4 and are third in the West and fourth in the league. Last month, the Spurs under Leonard had a 9-game winning streak that impressed the fans. Except Leonard. One man, one city Oklahoma Turtle, Russell Westbrook. He averaged 31.2 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 11.3 assists per game in a single month, and averaged 30-plus triple-doubles per game in a month. This is the only player in NBA history besides Big Oka Robertson who has contributed an average of 30 points and triple-doubles per game in a single month. In terms of the impact of the data, Westbrook also deserves a nomination. It is in this fierce competitive environment. The Best of the West month is one of the most suspenseful awards. 16-17 NBA November Western Conference Player of the Month, Los Angeles Lakers, Logan. In November, he led the team unbeaten in a single week, winning 14 consecutive victories and 17 consecutive wins so far this season. He averaged 46.8 points, 6.8 rebounds, and 8.5 assists per game in the month, 2.8 blocks, 3.5 steals, and an average of 0.5 mistakes per game in a single month. Logan became the fourth player in NBA history to average 40-plus per game in a single month. The first three are Elgin Baylor, Kobe Bryant, and Wilt Chamberlain. All three were former Lakers players. Now there is one more Lakers player on this list. At the same time, Logan also became the second player in NBA history to average 45-plus per game in a single month. Elgin Baylor and Kobe Bryant were eliminated from the list, and only Logan and Oxlade-Chamberlain reached the terms. Similarly, he is the only one in NBA history, a player who averages more than 8 assists per game but only makes 0.5 turnovers. And it is also the first player in NBA history, averaging 40 points per game in a single month, while contributing 2.5 blocks plus 3.5 steals on the defensive end. Needless to say, Logan set some other magical records in November. The Madison Garden's third quarter 63 points alone is a sufficiency for a long time. He became the Western Conference Player of the Month in November, without any doubts. At this point, Logan has also become the first Lakers player after Kobe Bryant to win the Player of the Month. The last time Kobe Bryant won the Western Conference Monthly Best was back in the 12-13 season, the season that formed the new F4. After that, Faisha never returned to the top, except for the last battle of his career. Logan also became the first Heavenly Dynasty player to win the NBA Monthly Best Award after Dayo. In his career, Dayo won the Western Conference Monthly Best once in the 06-07 season and the 07-08 season. After 9 years, there is finally a native of the Heavenly Dynasty and won the NBA's Player of the Month. What's more, Logan became the first rookie player in NBA history to win the Player of the Month in the first month of the season. In the decades of the history of the NBA, it has left its own traces. Episode 87. In addition to announcing these monthly best awards, the NBA has officially released the list of the first issue of the new season. Rookie Leaderboard. Logan was in first place without any suspense, because the NBA officials have directly said, the best rookie has long been locked in advance, by Logan. So many spinach companies have directly eliminated the betting channel for the best rookies. The whole world knows that Logan is going to win, and the opening is still chicken? After Logan, Brogdon, Joel Embiid, and Saric were in the 2-4th place. Team Strength Leaderboard. The Los Angeles Lakers jumped straight to second place in the league from the 25th place predicted at the start of the season. As for the first place, it is still the Cosmic Courage with Kevin Durant plus Stephen Curry plus Klay Thompson. The third place is the Cleveland Cavaliers. The defending champion also slipped from second before the start of the season to third because of the Lakers' appearance. The fourth and fifth places are the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors. The original top 5 Clippers and Bulls before the season were replaced by the Lakers and Raptors. Among them, the Bulls' ranking decline speed and the Lakers' ranking improvement speed have become a beautiful landscape. The MVP prediction leaderboard for the first issue of the season. Logan also went from the original no nomination to the top 1 position. Whether it's personal data, pitch performance, or team performance, Logan is crushing any player on this list. Look behind Logan, the names of these players. ESPN's Morning News. Stephen A. Smith pointed to the big screen. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Stephen Curry, and Russell Westbrook. After the names of James Harden and Blake Griffin, Stephen A. Smith simply didn't bother to mention them. Which of the players on this list is not a well-known superstar? Maybe Kawhi Leonard and Westbrook are slightly undersized, but James, Durant, and Curry are the top 3 in the proper league. Even Leonard, who has insufficient coffee spots, has FMVP plus champions. Wei Xiao may be a little worse, but the second consecutive All-Star Game MVP can also be regarded as a bit of a card. It's in the MVP list with so many big stars. Rookie Logan, but dominant. What is this concept? To be honest, if Logan continues to be in this shape and the team record is not left behind, why can't he be an MVP? Winning the MVP in his rookie season does sound very unrealistic, but looking at the history of the NBA, players who can win MVP in their rookie season are not absent. The first to bear the brunt of this is the Emperor of Basketball, Wilt Chamberlain. The coach averaged 37.6 points per game and grabbed 27 rebounds in his rookie season. Not only was he elected as the best rookie, but he also won the All-Star MVP plus regular season MVP and was selected as the best Team 1 team. The second place is the famous bone crusher, Unselder. Unchild averaged 13.8 points and 18.2 rebounds in his rookie season. Probably statistically, he's not the league's best one, but that year, he helped the Baltimore Bullets, winning 21 more games than last season. And from 6th in the East, it rose to 1st in the East, helping the team achieve earth-shaking improvement. Unsale won the best rookie plus MVP, which can be said to be deserved. The examples of the two ancient gods are right in front of us and can be used as a reference. Wilt Chamberlain is a data explosion with no one to stop it. Weiss Unchild helped the team improve the 20-plus wins. Now, let's look at Logan again. Stephen A. Smith tuned up Rogan's personal data, as well as the Lakers' record last season. Look at that. Logan's stats this season. I don't need to waste too much of my saliva. In terms of helping the team improve its record, I think it is necessary to focus on it. Last season's Los Angeles Lakers, throughout the season, won just 17 games. Look at now, the Lakers under Logan's leadership. The season has only passed more than a month, has been 17 wins and 0 losses. It may only be a matter of time before a team is boosted by a 20-plus win like a bone crusher. Whether it's personal data performance or the improvement of the team's record, Logan was perfectly up to standard. The third person in history to win the MVP in his rookie season may be him. ESPN's views have also been recognized and supported by many fans. We may have to witness the first player since the new century to win an MVP in his rookie season. Yeah, whether it's Wilt Chamberlain or Weiss Unchild, it's ancient times. It's not that the fans don't respect these two ancient gods, simply because they are too far away from modern basketball. In an era when the quality of players was generally not high, the difficulty of winning the MVP in their rookie season was relatively small. The big handsome man and the bone crusher are absolutely strong, but if Logan can win the MVP in his rookie season, his gold content will surely surpass these two gods. On the night that Logan won the best of the 2 months, the Lakers welcomed their Western Conference opponent, the New Orleans Pelicans, at home. Before the game began, Logan also took over the trophy representing the Rookie of the Month in the West from the hands of Lakers general manager Mitch Kupchak. "Luo, can I touch your trophy?" Logan also had to accept the award ceremony of the Player of the Month, so on the bench, Ingram took the initiative to ask, "The trophy of the best Rookie of the Month, I will help you get it." "No problem." Handing the trophy to Inga, Logan came on again. Greeted by the cheers of the fans, he received the trophy representing the best Player of the Month in the Western Conference. This time, the real name is envious. Not only the Lakers team, Pelicans core Anthony Davis, who played away from home, was also full of envy. You know, Anthony Davis has not won a single Player of the Month in his career. This season, Thick Brow has averaged 32 points and 13 rebounds per game, as well as 1.2 steals and 2.0 blocks. Definitely a top-level play in the league. From the data alone, there is already a taste of the best Player of the Month. It's just a pity. Because of his record, Thick Brow didn't even get the Player of the Month nomination for the West Conference in November. Of course, compared to individual awards, Thick Eyebrows actually hoped to win. Looking at Logan, who was enjoying the cheers of the entire Staples fans, a bold idea suddenly came to his mind. If your teammate is Rogan, episode 88. I really don't blame brother Thick Brow for his own YY. First of all, there are indeed rumors on the rivers and lakes recently. The Los Angeles Lakers are in contact with the New Orleans Pelicans. Try trading to get Anthony Davis. Take a look at the players on the Lakers' shelves, and then look at the thick eyebrows of the Air/group leader. This transaction seems impossible to complete. But don't forget, the Lakers' ancestors were dedicated to robbery. None of them knew how many robbery deals had been completed. Looting and robbing Pelicans, what's wrong? Even if you can't successfully rob it, what's wrong with trying it? Secondly, the patience of the thick eyebrows for the Pelicans is also worn out day by day. Take a look at the data performance of Anthony Davis in recent years. He joined the air chopping group, and it didn't start today, but today there are more and more cases of this kind of air chopping. The Pelicans draw pies for Anthony Davis every year, but every year has not been able to achieve reinforcement. What does it mean to stay with this kind of team under management? Look at the Lakers, big city teams, and supernova like Logan as the leading big brother. Anthony Davis felt that playing behind Rogan, I was afraid that I could not paddle and lie down to win. Look at the Lakers' current 17-game winning streak, and then look at the Pelicans' current record in the bottom of the West. Anthony Davis really wants to get angrier, and more he wants to leave the Pelicans. Of course, reason told him that playing with Logan could only be a thought in his head. Want to implement it? It's too hard. After the award ceremony of the best of the month, the players from both sides warmed up one after another. The warm-up session ended quickly, and the starters of both teams stood on the court. The Lakers are starting as usual. Russell plus Ingram plus Randu plus Nance Jr. and Rogan. The Pelicans starting shots are Jules Holliday plus Tim Ferriser plus Solomon Hill plus Amal Asik and Anthony Davis. As Davis and Logan passed by, the on-site commentator also mentioned the hottest trade rumors in recent times. It is said that general manager Mitch Kupchak has been trying to call Pelican management It's just that I have been rejected by the other party. Of course, if the Lakers want to trade and get it isn't Anthony Davis, maybe the Pelicans management still has the possibility of answering the phone. By the same token, if the Pelicans wanted to trade for Logan, Mitch Kupchak wouldn't have been able to answer the phone. Whether it's Logan or Thick Eyebrows, they're not for sale on their respective teams. The picture of them joining forces is beautiful, but want to come true? Or wash and sleep early? After all, there is everything in the dream. The center forwards on both sides stood on the center line and the referee threw the ball high. Anthony Davis defeated Nance Jr. and took the lead in handing the ball to Judd Holliday. The Pelicans get the offensive ball in the opening first attack. Holliday held the ball through the half, first hoisting the ball high to Anthony Davis, who was in the middle of the line. The latter received the ball and rolled over directly on his back, firing 2 points to help the team open the record. Seriously, Anthony Davis's soft touch is really his capital to become the team's non-sale product. With a height of 2.08 meters, it has a soft feel and a dashing athletic talent. Such a player, staying with the Pelicans wastes talent, daily empty slash, it is a pity. Of course, Logan would not be merciful, because of poor Thick Eyebrows. Lakers offensive round. Logan's flanks want the ball to be direct, and the ultra-high-speed dribble is one step away from the defender, killing into the box, and shooting a shooting star slam dunk at the Thick Eyebrows. Basketball shoots through the net. 2:2. The Lakers are still in color. I feel more and more that this scoring method is Logan's basic operation. Yes, his shot is very strange, and if Logan scores in a normal way, I think it is strange. If the ball is an ordinary defensive layup, or even a dunk, the narrator feels wrong. Only the shooting star dunk, this taste that is authentic. Offense and defense switch, the Pelicans still give the ball to Anthony Davis. Thick Eyebrows are still strong to eat little Nance. Turn to the basket, take off to the basket. Boo, say it sooner rather than later. Logan flew out from behind, a nail in the big hat, and pressed the basketball with Thick Eyebrows on the rebound with one hand. However, Thick Eyebrows are not vegetarian. Anthony Davis, who had eaten a nail cap and landed on the ground, took a quick second jump and wanted to take control of the ball first. However, Logan would not give his opponent this chance. The same as the second takeoff, obviously one step later than Anthony Davis, Logan, but ahead of the Thick Eyebrows, reached the maximum height, and controlled the rebound. After landing on the ground, Logan simply did not pass the ball. He held the ball to advance the counterattack. A dragon looked at the whole field, flying dunk score, 4:2. The Lakers achieved a rebound of the score. Oh, did you see that goal just now? Logan came out from the back to complete the chase, and then took a second jump, protecting the backcourt rebound. It is worth mentioning that Anthony Davis also took off twice, trying to fight for offensive rebounds, but was attacked by Logan, who took off from behind. Logan's bounce speed is so exaggerated that even Anthony Davis is not his opponent. As the son of the United States, Davis, athletic talent plus physical hardware, are absolute historical talents. However, even this kind of historical configuration, placed in front of Logan, is still not enough to see. The gap in absolute core talent between the two sides is almost the epitome of this game. After all, in addition to the Thick Eyebrows on the Pelicans side, there is only one Holliday who can still get his hands on it. And then today, Holliday was still facing Logan's defense on the offensive end. The Lakers side is more thorough. Except for Logan, they are all stinky fish and rotten shrimp. The key is that Logan's point is really too high at the lower limit. Even if the Pelicans hit the upper limit, they may not be able to exceed Logan's lower limit. At the end of the half, the Lakers, led by Logan, took a 27-point lead, basically announced the early end of the game. Intermission. Sitting in the Staples away locker room, Anthony Davis said nothing. He blasted a double-double of 22 points and 11 rebounds in the first half. In addition to being hatted by Logan once in the opening, the Thick Eyebrows definitely broke the inside line of the Lakers. And yet, the Pelicans still lost 27 points in the half. Unsurprisingly, Anthony Davis is the leader of the empty slash group again today, and he didn't run. What does it mean to stay with such a team? Zhu. With a sense in his heart, Thick Brow found his best teammate Zhu Holiday. I want to talk to the team management. Talk about what? Julie Holiday was a bit surprised. This is the first time that Thick Brow has taken the initiative to say that he wants to talk to the team management. I want to tell them if the team doesn't try to trade reinforcements. Thick Eyebrows paused for a moment and made up their minds. I'll just apply for a deal and leave New Orleans. Episode 89. Julie Holiday listened carefully. Thick Eyebrows, this is to force the palace. I support your approach, Anthony. Still, Holiday supported his good brother. Listen to me, you're fully entitled to do that. It's time for the team management to make a difference. It's really not that Anthony Davis did something wrong. See what Pelicans have done all these years? They didn't even think about taking advantage of Anthony Davis's peak form. Waste the talent of Thick Eyebrows. It is no wonder that Thick Eyebrows are forcing the palace. Kobe Bryant forced the Los Angeles Lakers to the palace. Then the Lakers traded Paul Gasol in a robbery deal. The next story, everyone knows. The Lakers won 2 consecutive wins, and Kobe Bryant surpassed the number of championships against O'Neal. Now, Anthony Davis is just following the path Kobe Bryant once took. He didn't wear a Bulls number 23 jersey in public, even if it was to give the Pelicans management face. Actually, I'd rather stay in the team. At the end of the day, Anthony Davis still wants a team to stay until retirement. One person and one team achieve a good story, isn't it fragrant? Unfortunately, Pelicans management was too disappointing. Trade reinforcement, or trade yourself. This is the ultimatum given to Pelicans management by Thick Eyebrows. The Pelican management, which received the news of the Thick Eyebrows, of course, chose to give the promise of trading reinforcement at the first time. And the Pelicans management is really reaching out to other teams. The Sacramento Kings are one of the Pelicans' most recently connected teams. Please be patient, Anthony. The Pelicans general manager calmed the mood of the Thick Eyebrows. We will most likely trade DeMarcus Cousins before All-Star weekend. Same with Thick Eyebrows. Kise couldn't stand the Kings' wise management anymore. He had already forced the Kings' management long before he had Thick Eyebrows. Also classic. Trade reinforcement teams, or trade yourself. Then, the Kings' management made a decisive choice. Trade Cousins. When will it be better not to tear down and rebuild at this time? However, the transaction value of Kise is still very high, so the King waits for the price to sell. Now, the Thick Eyebrows began to force the Palace Pelicans. The Pelicans management gave the King a deal offer, which was also gradually escalated. The close contact between the two teams has also been keenly smelled by many American media. Some predict that the King and the Pelicans may make a deal. It was also predicted that Anthony Davis might leave the Pelicans. What's more, it is said directly, the Lakers will exchange Russell plus Randall plus Ingram for Anthony Davis. All in all, in the recent trading market, rumors have been constant. Until the day of the trade deadline, no one knows exactly what will happen. December 2nd, United States time. Houston Rockets away from the Golden State Warriors. Cosmic Young experienced a month and a half of running in, and the state was very hot. They scored 59 points in the first half, but Team Rockets' firepower today is just as good. Under the leadership of James Harden, the Rockets blasted 64 points in the first half, and even 5 points ahead of the Warriors. With the Warriors' offensive firepower, the teams that fought against them basically did not have a good end. But today's Rocket did. In the end, the Rocket and the Cosmic Brave battled double overtime. With 132-127, the opponent was overturned. Kevin Durant had 39 points and 14 rebounds in the game. Stephen Curry scored 28 points. James Harden contributed 29 points, 15 rebounds, and 13 assists in an all-around triple-double. After this battle, people were surprised to find the Houston Rockets, perhaps, are not as weak as one might think. They can defeat the most powerful Cosmic Brave in the offensive way, indicating that the Rockets may also be a part of the Western playoffs that cannot be ignored. Of course, more people are concerned about James Harden versus Logan, who is the top scoreback in the league on the topic. Originally, there was no controversy about this topic. Logan's team record and stats are completely suppressed, and he is the league's first quarterback. But, when Harden led the team to victory over the league's strongest Warriors, the topic was turned over again. After all, the Lakers have not played against any Warrior-level team until now. In other words, in the eyes of a small number of fans who have set off this topic, defeating the Warriors is the hardest dry thing for Harden and Logan. Seeing this kind of remark on the internet, Logan not only remembered the award given by Tianchao netizens to the Rocket in those years on the Hoopu Forum, Best Courageous Award, Poor Overall Championship Prize, Force the Universe to grab the 7th prize, and so on, and so on. On the hard side, it depends on the Rockets fans. But Rockets fans didn't get a chance to keep their mouths shut for too long. On the last day of the first week of December, the Lakers will travel to Toyota Center to play the Houston Rockets, when the battle between Harden and Logan's best guards will be decided. Logan happened to see the schedule. I looked at the progress of my system task again. The third All-Star level shooting guard is just around the corner. December 3rd, United States time. The Lakers host the penultimate Phoenix Suns in the West. Speaking of the Suns, their core defender, Devin Booker, has had a big explosion this season. The average number of points per game improved to 23.6 points from 13.8 points last season. The improvement of close to 10 points makes people find that the number 13 rookie is really a bit magical. When it comes to Booker, it is natural to mention his story between Las Vegas and Logan this summer. The two met for the first time in preseason, and Logan completely blew up the rising number 13 show. Now, the two meet again. The Lakers are already number 1 in the West and number 1 in the league, with 18 wins and 0 losses. The Suns are 5-13, the penultimate in the West and the second to last in the league. In the pre-match interview, Booker was still very tough to say. I'm very different from the preseason, and the team has improved a lot compared to last month. I am fully confident of completing my revenge on Logan. The game I lost in the preseason, I will win back with my own hands. I have to say that on the hard side, maybe Booker has every chance to compete with the Rockets fans. The name Platypus is temporarily worn on Devin Booker's head today. Booker, it didn't disappoint people either. He used his personal experience to tell the world what is called, say the hardest words, get hit the hardest. Episode 90. In the first quarter of the game, Booker broke out with a strong desire to win. On the offensive end, he took the initiative to signal Tyson Chandler to pull away. Devin Booker, is this going to singles Logan? It's kind of funny, most of the players face Logan and choose to call the blocker. Devin is confident, and actually chose to pull the whole field open, 1v1 single-handed. The two commentators at the Staples scene almost didn't laugh. The whole world knows what happens when you single out Logan. Boo. Possibly, only Booker didn't know. The whole court pulled away, and Booker, who was holding the ball, started quickly. At his speed, of course, there was no way to get rid of Logan's defenses. Can't get off the defense? Never mind. Brother still has a move to step back. Devin Booker quickly stepped back and made a decisive three-point shot. Snap. Without waiting for Booker to fly out with 3 points, Logan rocketed into the air and gave his opponent the first hot pot of the opening. The Phoenix sun sounds hot, but it's also cold in winter. There's nothing wrong with eating some hot pot. After completing the block, Logan quickly took control of the ball, smoothly turned around and threw away the oncoming Booker. The Meteor rushed to the front, 1v0, and the dunk scored. Help the team open the record. Back to that. Devin Booker, still don't block it. Ironhead is going to single Logan. This kind of brush cap little assistant sent to the door. Logan laughed directly. Another crisp and sharp oncoming hat. Logan not only sent another hot pot, but also sent a powerful windmill buckle in an instant. Boom. The powerful dunk shook the basket. The Lakers fans on the scene shouted excitedly. Logan's name once again resounded over Staples. Next round. When Bledsoe held the ball through the half, the troublesome Lakers fans simply shouted in unison. To Booker, to Booker, to Booker. Is Devin Booker's head-on attack good? Of course not. But Lakers fans don't care if Devin Booker is alive or dead. You don't go up. Who brushed the hat for Logan? Shit. Being so engaged by the Lakers fans, Booker, even if he does not want to go up, he is also a special iron head. Flanking the ball again, the whole court pulled away 1v1 to single out Logan. Booker simply changed from the face frame to the side and singled the defender with his back. Unexpectedly, Booker's back could not push Logan. Look at Logan's expression. He seems to be telling Devin, try harder. Ha ha ha, your explanation is completely correct. Logan has not yet made a force, and Devin is no longer able to do it. The two commentators on the sidelines finally couldn't hold back and laughed. Maybe at this moment, everyone knew that Booker was going to be locked up again by Logan. Only Booker believes that he can change his destiny. Boo. This time, Logan simply didn't fan the ball away. Directly grabbed the cap Booker in the air, switch the attack on the ground, assist Randall fast, and double dunk to score. 6-0. In just 40 seconds of the opening, the Lakers are a bit of a posture to pull the game apart in one breath. In fact, they did. In the first half of the game, the Suns told the fans with practical actions why they were the penultimate in the West. The Lakers told the world with hard power, why are they the first in the West? In the first quarter, the Lakers indiscriminately bombed 36 points at home. Let the Suns score only a pitiful 12 points, scoring twice as much as your opponent in a single quarter. The Lakers used their terrifying scoring ability to end the suspense of the game in one section. After a break and returning to the bench, Devin Booker said nothing. The hardness of his mouth before the game made him blush now. When the two teams first met in the regular season, Booker was thoroughly blown away by Logan. In their second encounter today, Booker thought he had improved over the course of the season. I didn't expect to think too much. I'm still the crap that can't break Logan's defenses. Logan was still the omnipotent Logan. Your uncle will always be your uncle. In the end, the whole game ended in the absolute crushing of the Lakers. They scored another 130-point high score at home, beating the Phoenix Suns by 35 points with a 130-95 victory. If it weren't for the Lakers' rotation for most of today's game, it wouldn't have felt great. In fact, today, it should have been another massacre, comparable to the massacre of the Yellow-Green War. So sometimes, tragedies are really not so easy to make. It is often after this kind of game that Logan deeply realizes. 58. What a rare and precious scene. No wonder so many authors of basketball novels in the past life are crazy in their own novels, playing with the 58 Terrier. It's a rare and classic indeed. After the victory over the Suns, the Lakers' opening win streak of the season has reached 19. There is only a gap between the last win and the last win from the start of the 20th consecutive game. The Lakers' 20th game of the season was also their first back-to-back battle of the season. Moreover, their opponent in Game 20 is none other than the Houston Rockets. That is to say, after the massacre at home, the Lakers flew to Houston overnight. They are going to beat the Cosmic Rockets on Sunday. Back-to-back away challenges. James Harden versus Logan's first point back in the West, the league's first point guard battle. Be vividly portrayed. It is worth mentioning that Nike did not let go of the hype opportunity of this traffic explosion. In the early morning of December 4th, United States time, Nike sends messages synchronously on its official website, official Twitter, Tianchao Weibo official number, and other network channels. Nike's new independent brand PX series, the first regular generation of combat boots, PX1 generation, will be officially unveiled in the Lakers vs Rockets game. It's not for sale, it's just for show. Nike's wave of marketing can be said to be just right. First of all, the theme of the Rockets vs Lakers is James Harden vs Logan, the league's first quarterback battle. Secondly, Harden is the #1 star of Adidas and has the largest endorsement contract in Adidas currently in basketball. Logan is now a bounty in Nike's hands. It's almost another Adidas vs Nike brand battle. In addition, if the Lakers can win this game, they will achieve the second consecutive 20-game win in NBA history. This is also the first time in the history of the Lakers to start 20 consecutive wins. On the night of making history, Nike officially released the PX1 generation, the starting color of this pair of regular sneakers. I don't know how many stories to carry. Sneakers with a story. Are you still afraid of selling on the street? Inexistent. As long as Logan can win today's league first quarterback battle, the sales volume of the PX1 generation is already predictably amazing.